Welcome back to Pasta to Go. I am Craig Pasta Jardula, your host. Thank you so much for following us. Do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. We're going to be here every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure, guys. Thank you so much once again. It really is an honor to be able to bring you this show. About honors. One of the honors that I had over the course of my life was being able to speak against the Rage Against the War Machine rally in D.C. People like Congressman Ron Paul, Daniel McAdams, which was awesome, Scott Horton. There was awesome people there too as well on the left, Jimmy Dore, Max Blumenthal, just Anya Parampel. It was so great. Jill Stein spoke at this event too as well. But one person in particular who was great, and I got to meet him up close, was one of my favorite congressional members, Mr. Dennis Kucinich. He shared the stage with us that day. I got to meet him. He's such an ordinary, down-to-earth guy. He used to work for the RFK campaign, but he appeared to just drop out. Nobody understands the reasons why. A lot of people feel it was because of RFK's stance on Israel and Palestine. We don't know for sure, but yesterday he made an announcement, very important announcement. Guess who's running for independent congressman in Cleveland? Take a look.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here and express my appreciation to the City of Independence for making this fine facility available in this morning. I have a few introductions to make before I start. I, of course, want to introduce my wife, Elizabeth, who's been with me on this journey for so many years and whose partnership is absolutely indispensable to every day of my life. I also have other members of my family here who wanted to be present at this news conference. My brother Gary Kucinich is here, my sister Terry and her husband Marty, and I want to thank them for being here. I have other members of my team here, including my campaign manager, Rhonda Rohrbacher, treasurer John Sullivan, head of research Dave Kelly, and head of press person Lisa Cassini, who some of you have been in touch with, and other members of our campaign staff. I want to thank each and every one of you for your attendance here, and let us, and also for those people who are watching on live stream. So we're ready to go. The Bible teaches us that a house divided against itself cannot stand. Abraham Lincoln warned almost 166 years ago about the dangers of political polarization, how it could collapse our nation. Washington, D.C. is today a house divided by partisanship, by special interest groups, and by war. Sharp divisions are seen within the parties and between the political parties, often producing gridlock, which is dangerous to our national security. Members on both sides of the aisle are engaged in partisanship so bitter and so divisive that the American people are losing faith in their government. Partisan battles are diverting attention away from the real needs of the people. Service to our nation must be superior to service to a political party. Matters of great economic importance to the American people, war, inflation, the deficit, the cost of food, shelter, energy, housing, childcare, education, and retirement security are affecting every family. The people's economic concerns, national and border security, will be the focus of our campaign and of my work in Congress.
Pause it right there. So bring me up. I'm sorry. You can X off that little thing there, but bring me up over here a little bit big there. This is interesting over there. He said border security. There were a lot of people, I think, that were very confused on RFK when it came to border security because he had this kind of leftist approach, right? That we have to also understand what's going on in Latin America, which is driving the migration this way. However, he did concentrate on the border. One thing that Dennis Kucinich is doing over here, I think, even though he's one of the most progressive, true progressive congressman of all time, he's still addressing the major needs of the people. The people still don't understand on both sides of the aisle that it is our foreign policy that is driving migration, something that we need to do. So let's just keep that in mind and listen to the rest of Dennis's speech.
I'm announcing my candidacy for the United States House of Representatives from Ohio's 7th District as an independent, because I'm uniquely able to reach in and to help heal the partisan divide, to bring people together, and to help reestablish the sense of unity, which is the essence of who we are as the United States. The 7th District is familiar territory. I represented over 20 Cuyahoga County communities in that district for 16 years, constituting approximately 45% of the present district. Except this time, only my name will be on the ballot. No label, just Dennis J. Kucinich. I have a bond of trust with the voters, which goes far beyond party labels. Throughout the years, I formed a working relationship with every community without regard to partisanship. As a result, we were able to achieve great things: saving Cleveland Steel Mill, saving a community hospital, diverting potentially dangerous rail traffic away from heavily populated areas, saving defense finance jobs, protecting the NASA Glenn Center, and more. There are generations of people who live in the 7th Congressional District in Cuyahoga County and beyond, whose lives were helped by my political independence and by the service-conscious work of my congressional
Bring me
staff.
in. I don't
This
think
moment.
we need more than that right now. I mean, that's a lot right there to unpack. He's talking about his history as a congressman, which really propelled him to this level where he can run as an independent. I love the way he said, only my name, meaning no parties, no more team sports for Dennis Kucinich. I think he understood that there was a lane that could be occupied by gentlemen like himself. RFK is doing the same thing, except he's better than RFK because he goes there. He's not going to support Israel just, unchecked. In fact, Dennis Kucinich has a history of being somewhat supportive of the Palestinians. So I think this is a great thing that Dennis Kucinich is doing. And, since he couldn't find a good rhythm with RFK, and I've seen him talk about and take questions for RFK. Right after he was introduced, I was talking at a Gerald's Lent event in northern New York, and Dennis Kucinich was there. He was excited. This candidacy was showing up. But then we hit a very big, serious roadblock when the Israeli-Palestine situation escalated. If you haven't seen one of my videos when I went up to New Hampshire and I put him on blast, well, I let him put himself on blast. That's RFK. When I asked him straight up about his position on Israel-Palestine, and he pretty much opened the door to saying he's so pro-Israel. I think a lot of people suspected that when the Hamas situation happened, Operation Al-Aqsa flood, when the resistance, so it's not just Hamas, but other groups went into Israel, parts of occupied Palestine, as they would call it, and they had this operation, that RFK would take the position of, listen, I'm going to support Israel, but I think we should have a ceasefire. He did not. He went full-blown Zionist mode, and to this day, he hasn't called for a ceasefire. Well, that, I think, propelled Dennis Kucinich to say, that's enough. I can't stand him in position, and what can I do? How can I make this better? Well, he's decided to run for congressman himself, and he does have a history, his name, with the people of his district. So that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis Kucinich has announced he is running for Congress in his hometown in Ohio. Let's give him some support. If you go to his website, see if you can help him out. I think it's a great thing. We need more voices in Congress that are pro-Palestinian so we can get an even keel opinions about what's going on. Unfortunately, it's completely Israel across the board. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but there's no balance there whatsoever. I have my own opinions. You have your own opinions. Dennis Kucinich has his own opinions, and he's looking to bring his opinions to the Congress. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Dennis Kucinich is running for president.